Thank you, Honorable Chair. Good morning. My name is Rita Akosia Dixon, Vice Chancellor, KNUST. Thank you.
Yes. Good.
Honorable Chair, my name is Charles Nsia, the Finance Officer, KNUST. Thank you.
Honorable Chair, good morning. My name is Andrew Kosibuatin, Registrar.
Good morning, Honorable Chair. My name is Moses Tikwe, Internal Auditor.
All right. Your infractions, you have 2 infractions, but before that, on paragraph 1025, Honorable Apak will take you through your financial statement.
Most grateful, Mr. Chairman. Madam Vice Chancellor and your team, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Chairman, the paragraph you have assigned me has to do with the financials of KNUST. Mr. Chairman, I want to find out from KNUST why your expenditure, total expenditure for 2022 increased substantially compared to 2021.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. First of all, so there are a number of factors that led to that. So first of all, our staff cost increased because we had to add onto the staff strength, and especially for our Obuasi campus. So staff strength led to that. Apart from that, the students' enrollment also went up, and for that matter, expenditure in terms of teaching, general education expenses, everything. Once you have the numbers going up, automatically you have also the expenditure going up. Besides that, in 2021, we were supported by government with 89.8 million to support the KNUST Teaching Hospital. In 2022, this was missing. We didn't get that. Additionally, we also had subvention for our utilities, so electricity and water. So what happened is that we would receive our bills and then we will send it to the ministry. So we would treat it both as income and then expenditure. But then from 2022, this had to stop when we had to be paying internally. So basically, these are some of the reasons. But Honorable Chair, with your kind permission, having said that, if you permit me, I would also yield the floor to the finance officer to add some more, if that is permissible, please. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. And the general increase in prices, that inflation, was a major driver, because year 2022 ended with 54.1 inflation, compared to 12.6 in 2021. That's the year-end inflation. So that alone is a major driver for this expenditure increase. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Clearly, the matters of inflation have an impact on the totality of our Ghanaian system. So it is good that you have clarified that. But what also piqued my curiosity was that you had an increase in revenue by 12.4%. And the auditors are attributing that to an increase in academic fees and other charges, as well as miscellaneous income. So shouldn't that somewhat have offset your increased expenditure?
Honorable Chair, I would yield to a full.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Please, the increase in the expenditure, the percentage increase outweigh the increase in the revenue. So definitely the bottom line will go down. Thank you very much.
All right. This will be my last question. Looking at the ratio in terms of your financial position, given the expenditures that we've talked about, it has declined to 2.71 compared to 3.81. But according to the auditors, you are still capable of meeting your short-term financial obligations. Mr. Chairman, I think in spite of the inflation and other challenges, the school is still managing to stay afloat. However, Madam Vice Chancellor, you talked about increase in student numbers. You talked about recruiting lecturers. Would you say that you've recruited enough to meet your student population?
No, please. The answer to that question is no. We still, our student SDRs, the student teacher ratio still needs to be worked on. And this is not just for KNUST. I think that across the universities, we need help with that. So thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I will agree with you, because you said this to us at the Education Committee as well. We'll continue to urge government to allow you to recruit more lecturers. Very necessary. Thank you, Chairman.
Madam, let me ask you about...
Mr. Chair, I agree with Honorable Pat that we need to help the institutions to recruit more, but it also come at an increasing cost. And I'm sure that we should also take note of this. Thank you.
Madam, let me ask you about municipal services. What is that? And why did it increase by 33%? And then you also have production costs. That also increased by 53.4%. Then you have general administration. That also increased by 54%. Those three things.
Thank you very much. Finance Officer, yield that to you, please.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. The municipal expenses per our accounts categorization, it was driven by the electricity, highly by electricity payment. Because in 2021, the government was paying, by 2022, the university started paying. So that one alone increased the municipal services very high. Per the other direct teaching and then the other expenditure, as I said earlier on, was highly driven by the general increase in prices of goods and services.
Sir, I asked about three things. Municipal services, production cost. Production, I see production quote.
Yes, it's cost, please.
And then the general administration.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. So, as explained, the municipal services, those include the electricity, fuel and lubricants, repairs and maintenance, and so on. So that's the municipal, and it was highly influenced by the electricity payment. General administrative expenses, that is the running of the university. We have teaching and learning separately, so the general administration are more of the administration or the management of the university, and that is why also went up. And I explained that it's purely by the inflation. And then the last one is the production cost. We have production units. Our university printing press is there, which is functioning well. So the production unit also, our guest houses that we have engineering guest house on campus, KNUST guest house in Accra here, and then the photocopy unit. Those are our production units. So their prices went up, but they are viable, so comparatively their income at the income side outweigh the expenditure at this level. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
You see that library costs went down. Does it mean there was no research?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. In fact, library expenses here are mostly the software acquisition. And then some of the software that we have, the Tennyson and all those, have some years that you will not be renewing every year. And then GTech also required that apart from the software, you should have some physical books. So in 2021, we purchased about 590,000 worth of physical books. By 2022, we didn't purchase that physical books, but the subscription of these online books went on. Thank you very much.
Why have you decided to name this type of expenditure called municipal expenses? You mentioned electricity and some other expenditure items. Why have you decided to call them municipal expenses, services? Why? Is there any reason for that?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. So it's just a matter of semantics. We kind of put all the, what do you call it, the utilities, fire, maintenance issues, and them under municipalities. Municipal services.
Under the chart of accounts, we don't have anything called municipal services.
Honorable, what do you have?
You have, as we call it, utilities. You can even name it electricity. I have never seen municipal services in chart of account, unless it's a new thing that I'm not aware.
Honorable, I think that is because we lump up.
No, I'm saying that in the chart of account that we're using as a government.
Okay, okay. Yes, yes, please.
If you go to controller, you ask controller to give you the chart of account, they will tell you every expenditure item has a code. Okay?
Yes, please.
So utility is there, or water, electricity are all there. They are there in the chart of account, and they have specific code allocated to them. Okay. So if you have grouped all of them into municipal services, which chart of account are you going to use? Assuming you are under, you are doing it under the give me's, and you want to locate payment of utilities, and you are calling it municipal services, you can't locate it in the system.
Thank you, Honorable. This is noted. We'll look at it. Thank you.
Dr. UST. Now, my other issue is that you are able to bring out the production costs as the cost of production for your printing and other things. Wouldn't it be better if you can find a way of bringing the income that is coming from the production sector? It looks like it's a separate entity which is incorporated into the account. But you are bringing out the cost of production. But if you look at the account, we can't see clearly in the account the amount of revenue that is coming in order to compare it to see whether you're making profit or not. I'm sure it's located in your it's located in the miscellaneous income. Is that where it's located?
Yes, thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Yeah, so in the notes to the accounts, in fact, what was published was the summary.
Yeah.
The notes to the accounts, we have production income and all the categorization, as you said, so that you know that. Thank you very much.
All right. In the note to the account, you have the production income.
Yes, please.
All right. So let's move to paragraph 1035. Honorable Ernest.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, the infraction here has to do with private hostel developers overdue rental charges. So the auditors noted that the investee has subleased part of its land to 3 private hostel developers and 2 commercial entities. And all these private hostels and commercial entities owe to the tune of 1,249,800 Ghana cedis for the 5 years, for the past 5 years to the investee. The auditors made recommendations for the school to issue demand notices. Can you tell us the state of this?
Yes, please, Honorable Chair. Thank you very much. Indeed, as a university, we have had to, over the years, depend on partnerships with these private developers to be able to get accommodation for students on campus, accommodation for students on campus to ensure their security means a lot to us as leadership. And we have had to bring these people in. Currently, the picture is like this. So SNIT has ownership over Sun City, and apart from that, then we also have the Ghana hostels also under SNIT. Where we are now with SNIT is that as at yesterday, we have been able to get them to agree to settle a bill of 400,000. They have assured us that by close of this month, they will give us that check. So we are following up on that, but the assurance is that they are going through their processes to be able to release that check to us. Apart from that, we also have the Anglican hostel. We have been able to get a check of 65,670 from the Anglican Church. They seem to be struggling with running this hostel, but because it's important for us to get students accommodated on campus, they have submitted to management a proposal for partnership where we join hands with them and do a 40-60 so this is also being considered by us, and we hope that we'll be able to come to a conclusion on that so that we can continue to house and host students in these accommodations. So we are looking at that. But in terms of monies, they've been able to give to us 65,670. With Electricity Company of Ghana, what we have done is that we've kind of done a barter trade with them, so settlement plan. We have huge bills from ECG, so now we've asked them to offset. We've written to ECG to offset what we own them, take this money out so that we can proceed in that direction. With UBA, Honorable Chair, I'm happy to announce that they have paid everything that is owned us, including a premium that they were supposed to have paid. So as at yesterday,
I, Sophia Rosetta Odo Benasco,
swear by the Almighty God
swear by the Almighty God
that the evidence I give before this committee
that the evidence I shall give before this committee
touching the matter in issue shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
And nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Could you please switch on the other side? Hello. Thank you, Honorable Chair. Sophia Rosetta Odokua Benasco Esa. A justice of the appeal court. Mr. President.
Maybe those of us who are on the committee know what we are about, but to nominating them and referring the matter to Parliament for approval, and then the subsequent referral to us. So we know what matter. We can't just jump into asking them questions.
Even as do establish members of the committee. I'm going to from Honorable
I'm Agnes Namumulati, MP for
MP for Zebula and Chap.
I'm giving MP for Suhum, Deputy Ranking Member of the Judiciary Committee.
My name is Al Hassan Abdallah Idi, MP for Ranking Member for the
Right, you'll be a delegate, not a MP for the good people of Tema Central. Member.
I'm a member of the committee.
The Appointments Committee.
The Honorable Amako for the people of Bele.
We are the appointments, and it is a referred July 20. This reminds you of health and spirit. As a result of pending and projected vacancies on the Mr. Second by letter its Chief Justice Gertrude Tokono of its nomination for appointment in institution in satisfactory conclusions. On receipt of the Judicial Council's advice, under Article 142, acted with the Council of State has by letter dated 55 of the completion for further order appointment of the Supreme is qualified and eminently fit to discharge the functions of a justice of the Supreme Court. Speaker and the Speaker will propose as practicable.
that at the time of the auditing, there were challenges as to locating the copies of the guarantors' forms that they signed. But it's a policy. It's a policy by the university where you will have to sign. Otherwise, you don't go. So I don't want to defend this because where is the evidence, which is what we failed to provide at the time. But I'm able to say that it's something that we do, but when we were asked to provide evidence, it kind of fell through the cracks and we were not able to get, and I own up for that, but I would expect that he would have signed. But as you rightly put it, Honorable Chair, they just want to take advantage or abuse the system. You support them and then they go and they don't come. So we are thinking of ways and means to be able to even review, possibly, this whole policy. Yes, because thankfully now we are able to train more terminal degree holders here. So going forward, these are the kind of...
No, Mr. Chairman, you said, no, not related to this one, sir, if you permit me. It's to do with an accident that happened on campus. Sir. Mr. Chairman, yes. Okay, this is their last point. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Madam Vice Chancellor, there was a report of one of your young students, a lady, I think a level 400 student, who regularly bikes to lectures and back, was recently hit by a car and she passed on. I don't know whether this has provoked the university to consider creating bike lanes and pedestrian lanes only on the university campus, or do something to check situations happening. When I read the story, I was really so taken aback. Is there anything that the university is trying to do so that this will not occur again?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. That was a very, very difficult and unfortunate situation that we had to deal with as a university, losing my daughter Ajo on that day. And it gets a bit emotional, not even very, very emotional for all of us under those circumstances. What I'm able to say is that we'll become speed ramps because we've added so much. Our children, your children and my children, who we buy cars for, even from first year, are so many on campus. And we are doing everything we can to be able to get them so many of these. But you see, we need parents to also help us. Because the speed at which our children are really driving on campus, it's across the universities. I don't think it's just KNUST. It's quite worrying. And sometimes when they even get to the speed ramp, it's like it's a race. And depending on how you are able to gallop over the speed.
Approve this what they are. If two-thirds are not mobilized, 15. And then we, as Parliament, can then process nominations to fill the vacancies. Bearing that, I think that we have been doing an illegal thing, an unconstitutional thing. The President has been exercising the power without any foundation in the Constitution or any law that I know.
Honorable, I think your point is well made, but we have a platform where we can consider that. The reference was made to us to proceed and vet the nominee. That was the directive, yes. So what do we have to proceed? And when we have the platform at the chamber during the debate, I think these issues can be well placed, and we'll take a decision on that. So we're going to proceed.
Madam, with all due respect, before
you make that determination. I think it's only fair that you allow members to have a bite on this matter, because he's raised a very important matter that I believe not only him would like to comment, but other members would like to comment on it. So please allow others to make a comment on this matter before you finally make a determination. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. I want to commend our colleague Honorable Mahama Ayarga for this foresight and then this legal expose that he has made this morning. I think it's a wonderful submission. It's never too late to learn, so says the saying. I think that this August House is the law house. We should deepen democracy. There are many avenues in the Constitution that need practice and convention. And I think that what he has observed now is an oversight on the part of all of us since 1993 that we started operating this Constitution. The issue he has raised is so fundamental and germane that I thought that what Chairperson could have done was to say, okay, this is a preliminary objection to the process that we are going to undertake this morning. Let's vacate it and go back to the chamber and raise this issue, that we think that we have been exercising this function in breach of the Constitution. And therefore, we want guidance on this issue from the rest of the members of the August House. And then we will take a decision. Then we are now guided, and we can know our left and right on this matter. But I don't think that it is fair to say that even though the objection raised is valid, let's continue to vet the nominees, and then later on when we go to the chamber, then we can raise the issue. That will be an exercise in futility. And if what we have been doing in the past is an illegality, why do we continue with the illegality if our attention has been drawn to it by Honorable Mahama Ayaraga? So with the greatest respect to Madam Chairperson and my colleagues, I think that this is a matter that we should suspend the proceedings, the vetting today, and then remit this issue to the chamber, and we debate it and take a decision, and then we can go ahead to vet the nominees. And as Honorable Mahama Ayaraga observed, this objection doesn't have any prejudice on the nominees. We've read their CVs, and they are very well qualified and efficient to go to the Supreme Court. Like he said earlier, I thought that if we were minded, the nominee didn't need to be here before we raised this to expose her to public view. But I want to submit humbly that I think that we should truncate the proceedings, then refer the matter back to the chamber, and then have an open debate and take a decision. That is the only way Ghana can respect this parliament.
With the overdue receivables, we have done further reconciliations and realized an amount of 69,588.35 needs to be reversed, which we are treating. So the outstanding balance is 383,753.96. With this, we have various debtors, as you can see. For the rest, we have sent demand notices from the legal office to prompt them to do the honorable things. And then those that have refused, we would take further steps to make sure we retrieve our money from them. So that is what we've done so far.
Madam, let's do a little bit of exercise.
Okay.
Discovery Ghana Limited. It was due 2019, 120,000 US dollars. How much have you collected?
Discovery for one, we haven't collected anything.
Good.
We have a problem with even their location now. The information we have gathered is that they are no longer in operation, but we are taking steps through the legal office to make sure we track them, and if not possible, we take steps as to insolvency or whatever we can do with the legal process.
Madam, my feeling is you don't want this money and you don't want to collect it. Because look, Multi-Choice Limited, they've owed you for 9 years. And it's $9,957 since June of 2014. I'm sure you are going to say you haven't collected anything. NAP, note NAP, NAPTEX, since 2014. Mansco Gas Limited, since 2020. Management, I say, I don't know what this company is, since 2019. Millicom Ghana, since 2014. Abe, madam. Car Bank, since 2016. Vodafone. Burst, I don't know what company, or iBurst, since 2017. Crystal TV, since 2019. BA Construction, since 2018. Madam, they are over 9 years, some of these. You haven't collected anything. So when you come and sit here, you tell me that you are dealing with your legal, whatever. Madam, that's just a song and dance to me. You are not making any effort to collect this.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I understand and appreciate your concern, but as you know, in this country, collection of debt goes through a lot of processes.
Madam.
So we are just going through the processes to make sure everything. We need the money more than anything.
What processes do you go through in collecting the student fees?
Okay, for our students, for example, most of them pay upfront before they register. So that makes it...
So why can't you apply the same policy here?
Yes, we're trying to do that. Currently, even with the leases, you have a portion you have to pay upfront. So these are issues we have identified and we are dealing with. And if you recall, in our last appearance, we told you internally there were challenges and we were even putting a credit policy in place. So things have evolved. We are trying to streamline. So we had backlog.
But madam, if you take the companies one by one, $19,769. Are you saying that you have approached Telecel and they have refused to pay this money? That is one. Take Millicom Ghana, now MTN, right? Airtel. Then they have Airtel itself today. Are you saying that you have approached them? When you approach them, what did they tell you?
Some of them are disputing the amounts.
So tell us the fact that this is the issue.
Some of them are disputing the amount. So you have to sit with them and reconcile and agree, and then you take it from there.
So those are disputing. Have you resolved their disputes?
Yes, most of them. Now we have agreed on an amount. So demand letters have been sent based on the amounts agreed.
So what is the current amount so that we don't maintain this 453,342 in the book? Have you mentioned that figure already? The
yes,
total now?
383,000.
Okay, okay. Auditors, can you confirm this? That the figure has been reduced to 382,000?
83.
83. 383,000. Can you confirm the figure?
Yes, Honorable Chair, we did a reconciliation with them, and indeed the figure has been reconciled down to 383,753.96.
Yeah, so this is the figure you have agreed with these debtors. When are they going to settle these debts to the university? This big money, $383,000 times 16 Ghana. Charlie, it's not a small money. Thank God the city has break jail, and then it broke jail, and then it's running like something. If you convert that money now, you get big money. Let me convert it for you. 383,753.96 times 16 Ghana cedis. Hey! 6.1 million Ghana cedis. 6 million. And how much is the rate? From where?
I think the investor to pay a little bit attention and push for the recovery of this money.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We are seriously pursuing it, and I'm sure next time we'll give you a better response. Thank you.
I want assurance.
Yes. Last year we assured you we'll come better this year, and I think we have improved. So give us the benefit of the doubt. We'll come back.
Is it because I praised you from the beginning? You want to you want to capitalize on that?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
thank you, Mr. Chair.
So by the close of the year, you should be able to collect the money from them.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair.
I'm sure the company that we have named they are watching and listening to us. It will not be good to mention a company like Vodafone that they are owing only $19,000. Eh? So that is it. Crystal TV, are they still there? They're still there.
Crystal TV, from the update we have, indicates that they have transferred their interest into another company, and we are following up with
the new company.
Yeah, thank you.
Then ProCredit. ProCredit Savings and Loans Limited.
Yeah, ProCredit has been transferred to Fidelity Bank, so we are working with that as well. So we have
then Carl Bank. They have ATM machine there, where they operate, and they are owing $14,564.
Yes, it was with regards to an ATM machine, which was disputed, and that has been sorted out. Thank you.
All right, I'm sure the workers are listening to us, and then the owners are listening to us. They should do well. And multi-choice. Multi-choice.
Honorable Chair, for the Cow Bank, it is one of those that have been reconciled and are part of the amounts that are dropped for Cow Bank.
So for Cow Bank, what is the current figure?
Cow Bank will be zero.
Zero, okay.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, Cow Bank, you are free. Per the report from the Director of Finance, you are free. All right. Honorable Isaac.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, this is a House of Records. I just checked the exchange rate. Bank of Ghana is 15.1. And Interbank, no, it's important. It's important. And Interbank is 15.57. The House of Records, Chairman.
I don't know where you're reading that thing from. Hansa, take that thing off from the system. Yes. And then NAPTEC, Minister, you are here. NAPTEC is also owing. They are owing the third largest. Oh no, fourth. They are owing $42,420. NAPTEC. So, Minister, take note of that. All right, let's move to the next item. Paragraph 978 is failure to serve the investee after study leave with pay. Just similar to the earlier one that we look at in terms of KUST. So the investees are suffering from this. In your case, the total amount involved is 436,573 Ghana cedis. And this involved one Mr. Ajiman, Kojo Ajiman. Have you been able to recover the money from him?
Thank you.
The total amount is 345,000, but there's interest at 26.26%, which is 90,799, giving a total of 436,573. Have you recovered the money from Mr. Kojo Ajiman?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. We are in the process of doing that, but for information, management has looked at the report and we reconciled the figure with the external auditors. So the new figure is 361,993.82.
361,993.82.
993.82.
993.82. Auditors,
yes.
Is that a new figure?
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Okay. Now go ahead.
Yes. My registrar will give you the details, with your permission, on payments made so far. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So the investor has been able to retrieve an amount of 30,000 Ghana cedis from Mr. Kojo Ajiman so far. Out of this amount, 26,000 has been paid into the Auditor General's recoveries account, and an additional amount of 4,000 cedis, which was recently received, would also be paid. We have agreed on a payment plan with him. He's been quite consistent in the repayments, but we are still talking to him to increase the amount that he pays every month so that there would be a shorter payback time, Mr. Chairman.
How much is he paying currently?
He's currently paying 4,000 cedis every month. We are talking to him to try to double that amount.
Chairman, look at paragraph 9A6. The investor was negligent. Paragraph 9A6. He resigned and it took them several months before they started they failed to start the payment.
So if he's paying 4,000, it's going to take long. 320,000 divided by 4,000 to give you 80 months divided by 12. That's 6.5 years.
Yes,
that is too much.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. So that is why we are talking to him. We are engaging with him to increase the amount that he pays.
Where is Kojo Ajiman now?
He is currently in the U.S. to the best of our knowledge.
The investors, you meet this challenge all the time, but you continue to grant them this approval.
Mr. Chairman, Honorable Chairman, just as KNUST indicated, we are also reviewing this policy. So you'd find very few faculty and indeed other staff being granted study leave with pay. The vast majority who are granted study leave is without pay now because of the difficulties that we face. And also, in terms of the bond and getting guarantors, we are doing a little bit better in that regard. But we are also seriously looking at this granting of study leave with pay.
All right. Auditors, can you confirm the 26,000 paid to the AG's recovery account?
Yes, Honorable Chair, confirmed.
All right. Can they negotiate for more of the installment? But if he's able to pay 10,000 a month, that will be a little bit better.
Yes, please, Mr. Chairman.
That can take like 3.5 years to recover.
Okay. We'll continue to engage with him. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Paragraph 992, Honorable Roxon.
Chairman, thank you very much. University of Ghana,
My beloved school, you are welcome. The case of the auditors is that you discontinue the policy of paying some allowances to some staff who go on sabbatical leave. But the auditors detected as part of their work that some 12 staff members who you granted sabbatical leave for some respective periods did enjoy this payment. So they flagged it as ineligible salary-related allowance payments. The details are all outlined there. I won't belabor the point. The recommendation is for recovery. And so I want to find out whether that has been done. I see that as part of the management response, there's a very fine repayment plan from these staff members. August 2024, what's the status regarding recovery?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. For the committee's information, management has been able to retrieve fully 5 of the 12 affected staff. The remaining and the details of payments, I'll let my registrar give the details. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. So, as the Acting Vice Chancellor pointed out, we have been able to make recoveries of up to 113,004.95 Ghana cedis, which has been deposited into the Auditor General's recoveries account.
As recommended.
As recommended, yes, please. As recommended. We have a total amount of 51,759.58 outstanding, which would also be paid into the relevant account when received. All of these employees are still in the employ of the university, so we'll continue to do the deductions until total payment is retrieved. Thank you.
I see that these are senior staff members, so I see that they are still available. Have you brought the update in the recovery to the attention of the auditors?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we have.
Auditors, you can confirm that the further updates in terms of recovery can be confirmed?
Yes, Honorable Chair, the amount recovered so far is 113,004.95, with a balance of 51,759.90.
Thank you very much. Auditors, you see that this confirms my earlier concern regarding the UPSA issue, where you couldn't disaggregate the payment to those who went AWOL. So we want to know what is salary, what is an allowance, because this one, it was not about salary, it was allowance that were due them when they were at sabbatical. So when you disaggregate this in your report, it helps to interrogate the issues. Thank you very much. Chairman, that will be all for my beloved school in this matter.
Thank you very much. Paragraph 998, Honorable Isaac Opoku.
Thank you, Chairman. Chairman, 998 is about payment of unearned salaries. And Chairman, 6 separated staff were paid an amount of 196,567 Ghana cedis, 46 Ghana pesos, that they did not earn. So the recommendation is to recover the amount from the affected staff. Have you been able to recover the amount?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Management has fully recovered 2 out of the 7. For one, she was on an approved annual leave. And
can we take them one after the other?
Okay.
The first one, incidentally, he was paid the bulk of the amount, 147,799 Ghana cedis. Felicia Alima.
Yes.
What is the status on his and hers recovery?
Okay. Mr. Chair, the registrar will give the detailed payments made so far. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman. So for Dr. Felicia Alemna, we have been able to recover an amount of 76,469.81 cedis, and this has been paid into the Auditor General recoveries account, and there's an amount of 143,299.66 outstanding. We are in contact with her, but she has defaulted from the payment plan that was agreed with her. So through the internal audit agency, we have reported the case to IOCO to assist us with retrieving the amount remaining. Thank you.
Why did you have to refer the case to IOCO? Because the recommendation is clear. Look at the second part of the recommendation. Failing which the total amount should be recovered from the responsible officer. So I was expecting that you recover from the responsible officer, and then, whatever you are able to recover, whatever the IOCO is able to recover, you pay it back to the responsible officer. So what have you done with regards to the second part of the recommendation?
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. At the same time that we have referred this matter to IOCO, we are looking at our internal processes, trying to find out what went wrong, why this employee was paid for this period when she should not have been paid, and putting in place measures to prevent the recurrence of such infractions.
So let's look at the second separated staff, Dr. Joseph Atia Akama.
Honorable Chairman, for Dr. Joseph Atia Akama, he is one of those who has made full payment.
Okay. And the third staff, Catherine Addo.
Kathleen Addo, Mr. Honorable Chairman, is the one who, upon further interrogation, was found to have been on approved annual leave. So there was no infraction on her part.
And have you reconciled that with the auditors?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we have.
Okay. What about Joyce Odum?
Honorable Chairman, Joyce Odum has also made full payment of the amount owed.
Okay. And Faustina Ellen Dankwa?
Faustina Ellen Dankwa, we have not been able to contact her, so her case has also been referred to IOCO.
And the last staff, Dazi?
Honorable Chairman, is the same for Dazi. We have not received any response from him, so we've referred his case to IOCO. Thank you.
Have you been able to bring the efforts you've made so far to the auditor's attention?
Yes, Honorable Chairman, we have.
Auditors, are you able to confirm the partial recovery and the efforts they have made so far?
Honorable Chair, not to belabor the point, all the assertions that they have made are accurate. We have confirmed all of them. Thank you.
Chairman, we can move on.
Thank you. That'll be all for University of Ghana. But I haven't discharged you. You are eager to stand up. You are discharged.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Let's have GIMPA. Kindly introduce yourself to the committee.
Good morning, honorable members and chairman. My name is Kwaku Bonsu. I'm the rector and head servant at GIMPA.
Good morning, Chairman and members, Honorable Chairman and members. My name is Victoria Kumbuo. I'm the Secretary of the Institute.
Good morning, Honorable Chair and members. I'm Augustina Kono, the Acting Deputy Rector.
Yes.
Good morning, Honorable Chair and members. My name is Regina Mensah Onuma, the Acting Director of Finance.
Thank you very much for coming. You actually have only one management issue. But I look at your financial performance. You have dropped, your surplus dropped by almost 79%. And this can be attributed to a number of items in your expenditure. Your income actually dropped or almost at the same level, but your expenditure increased by 11.2%. That resulted in your surplus dropping by 79%. Your current ratio is also not bad. So let's move to the one management issue, paragraph 1083. Roxanne should take it.
Chairman, thank you very much. GIMPA, the case of the auditors is that there are detections of insufficient controls over the maintenance and management of GBCC and hostels. It's a tall list of issues that they raised. As part of the recommendations, the auditors are saying that you should take steps to address all the challenges identified, and you should put measures in place to ensure that the center runs efficiently and profitably. So I won't belabor the point regarding the incidents of the matters that they raised. We are in August 2024. What was the state of affairs?
Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. We've made significant improvements with regards to addressing the challenges at what we call the GIMPA Executive Conference Center, the GECC. Part of the challenge that we have, or we had, in part, especially when it comes to business planning and marketing planning, is that it is not a publicly available service that we offer because it is intended for training.
Rector?
Yes, sir.
May we hear the improvements first?
Well, we have, okay, thank you, sir. Sorry about that. We have put in place, we have responded adequately to many of the issues that were raised by the auditors. We have a plan in place. We have taken steps to borrow money to refurbish the place because part of it related to poor maintenance of the facility. So several of the things that were led to the deficiencies related to funding for the unit, and we've corrected many of those issues. Yeah.
So are you operating profitably now?
No, we are just starting to do the renovation. Because
so the renovation is not completed?
No, sir. We are starting later this year. We've just secured the funding. As you may know, we do not get funding from the government, so we have to secure our own resources to do all of these things. And we've just been able to arrange that.
Have you brought this development to the attention of the auditors?
Yes, please.
Auditors, you can verify and confirm that GIMPA has secured some funding to renovate the facility that which issues you raise for them to address so it can operate profitably? And if yes, how much they secured?
Yeah, Honorable Chair, GIMPA has been able to get an approval from their board to get a facility from Republic Bank for the renovation of the facilities. For the said amount, the total amount we may not be able to see. Maybe they will be able to tell us.
Okay, before I return to Chairman, GIMPA, are you able to tell the committee how much you got? And whether it will be adequate to complete the renovation? So, you see, the essence is to get the facility to operate profitably. So the committee is concerned that whatever you are getting should be enough to sort the problem out.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We're looking at about 25 million cedis with a 15% margin, top up, if necessary.
Very well. Chairman, that'll be all for GIMPA from me on this matter. Thank you very much.
Honorable Dr. Kisi.
Yeah, Chairman, this is just an observation. I would have wished that the facilities manager was here. The reason being that the compound of institutions make a difference for us students who partake of education, and I would hope that in the future for such a program you bring the facility management on board, and I would also pray that these recommendations be adhered to because the environment matters when it comes to education. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you, Chairman. If I may quickly respond, we typically come along with the facilities manager. He just lost his mother, but in the past 3 or 4 times that I've been here, he has always been with us. So that's why he's not here. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. That'll be all for GIMPA. You are discharged. Let's have University of Cape Coast. University of Cape Coast. Kindly introduce yourself to the committee.
Honorable Chair, I'm Johnson Yakubu Ampon, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Cape Coast.
Honorable Chair, I'm Lisbeth Obisi, Director of Finance, University of Cape Coast.
I'm Ebenezer Agri, the Acting Registrar of the University.
Please, we can't hear you. Speak to the mic.
Ebenezer Agri, the Acting Registrar.
Solomon Fachi is my name. I'm the Head of Legal Affairs, University of Cape Coast.
Honorable Chair, my name is Philippine Timousu, Director of Fiscal Development and Estate Management.
All right, thank you very much for coming. You have few issues. Honorable Sampson will take paragraph 860.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to spend less than 2 minutes on this. VC, the trend of your income as against the expenditure is a source of worry. The university fees dropped by 9%. Your exchange examination fee equally dropped. But you have spent an extra 100 million on employee benefits, whilst your number of students are dropping. You are spending more on teachers. What brought about that?
Honorable, with your permission, I'll yield to the Director of Finance to answer the questions.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Yes, so the revenue has reduced. The reduction is with respect of reduction in students' numbers in terms of our sandwich programs. We have our Institute of Education running sandwich programs for top-ups from diploma to degree. And since the introduction of degree programs in the colleges of education, the number of diploma holders have reduced. In fact, we have trained a number of them. And so the numbers have reduced. So in the year 2022, the budgeted number of students for that activity was not achieved. Again, the colleges of education, we graduated our last batch in 2021. So in 2022, we used to have 48 colleges of education, but by government policy, it was disputed amongst public universities. So our number reduced from 48 to 16. And so that was why the revenue reduced. In terms of the expenditure, if you look at the account, you realize that the government's subvention grants was 377, but then the expenditure was 401. So the government subvention portion is for the established staff. And we have non-payroll allowances that we have to pay from our IGF. Online teaching support was introduced in 2022. We didn't have that in 2021. And our end of service and part-time teaching, extra teaching, and the rest all increased. Thank you.
Yes, Madam, I agree with you. And that is why it's a worry. Because when productivity is not growing and then you are spending more, it's a source of worry. But we will not delay. As I told you, I'm not going to waste more time. There's some miscellaneous income. It's a line item. Miscellaneous expenses, I think you need to get a line identity for it, which I think is not good. But let's go to the position, financial position. I can see that you have an increase in restricted fund as a result of your university paying ex gratia. I thought the politicians alone who pay ex gratia. Because you owe ex gratia, non-current liability has increased to 212 million from 176, and it's even outstanding. How much do you pay per student, per lecturer?
Thank you very much, Honorable. We adopted IFSAS, and as part of the IFSAS adoption, we need to accrue this employee benefits each time that it becomes contingent for us to do so. So this is an accrual. So it's a condition of service that if you remain at post for 10 years and you are retiring, we pay you one basic salary multiplied by the number of months that you have, number of years that you have served. So 1 month basic multiplied by the number of years that you have served. If you are able to stay on for 10 years and you retire.
So you also pay ex gratia?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, Madam, it's a source of worry. Your finances are not good. So I think you need to work on the expenditure side, because you can see that your ratio, current ratio, is dropping, and then because of your expenditure too, your profit surplus came down from 99 million to 46. It's not good. So I beg you, try, and then you let's try and work on that side.
Thank you. Thank you.
Chairman, I promised you 2 minutes, so I'm done.
I've done more than 2 minutes.
Chairman is even engaged. Chairman, can I continue? Yes, I'm done, Chairman. Okay. Let's move on to paragraph 870. Honorable Johnson Edu.
Thank you, Chairman. This paragraph has to do with revenue from ultrasonographic equipment not collected from user facilities, and the amount involved is 453,307 Ghana cedis. You failed to collect these total proceeds from the two facilities since 2021, when the hospital started using the equipment. Has the money been recovered now?
Thank you, please. We have recovered the one from the University of Cape Coast Hospital. We are yet to recover the one from the Metro Hospital. We have written to them to transfer the money, but we are yet to receive response from them. Thank you.
What is the challenge here for not receiving response from them?
Thank you very much. The challenge has been to get the two parties together. That's the Department of Sonography, Imaging and Sonography, and then the management of Metro Hospital, to agree on the expenditure that both sides have incurred in terms of running the equipment, because the equipment was placed there to train the students, UCC students, and by so doing, revenue was generated. So we expected that the two parties will meet and then agree. But anytime, it's like there hasn't been that kind of agreement yet. There was a change in leadership whilst they were just about to complete the engagement. There was a change, and it has resulted in the delay in receiving this money.
So if the change of leadership continues, it means you will not get the money. Is that what you mean?
No, please. We wrote to them on the 19th of June that they should let us know how much they have spent, and then we look at the reconciliation and take our portion. So we are yet to receive the response. Our legal office is also aware of this challenge, and the head of department, since we even had this invitation, almost every day he's at the hospital following up on this, but unfortunately we couldn't get the transfer before we came here this morning. Thank you.
So what timelines are you giving to the committee?
Okay. Thank you very much. I can say today is 13th. We'll give ourselves up to the end of this month. Thank you.
And that is the status now. They are giving the committee up to the end of the month to collect the money.
All right. So, auditor, kindly take note. As soon as the month ends, update the auditors on the outcome.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Well, the next one is paragraph 875. Honorable Kingston.
Thank you, Chairman. Variation without approval by the Central Tender Review, amount of 25,065,000. Yeah, the university awarded 2 contracts for constructions of buildings at a total of 24,207,000. And there was variation with a difference of 25,068,000, making the total of the construction 49 million. And this variation was done without approval, a difference of over 100%. Well, okay. So, Chairman, this is procurement infractions. What do we do? Please. Thank you.
What do you have to say to defend yourself?
So we have obtained
25 million Ghana cedis.
We have obtained approval from Central Tender Review Committee, and Director of Finance will give details.
After the procurement?
Yes. if
So
it's necessary.
Is that what the law says, that you can procure and then go back and obtain the? Did you?
No, there was initial approval, but the project lasted for a long time, and the scope was also, to some extent, not well defined. So after a while, we needed to go through the process to get approval. So at the time the auditors came, we hadn't gotten the approval from the Central Tender Review Committee. But fortunately, we have gotten it, and I think we have provided the external auditors with a letter.
Is it an approval or a ratification?
Final approval, I would say.
Approval?
Yes.
Is that what the law says? That you can procure and go back and get approval? Or you go back and get ratification?
Yes. So
or you can call the ratification an approval?
No, yes. So what we did, we sent the documents to them, but it took a while before we got it. So, and then the project was also in progress. So it was done more or less concurrently.
VC, clearly the proceeding with the project without prior approval of the board breached the law. But the same law says that the board can regularize it by ratifying. So I believe that the language you want to employ is ratification, not approval, because the approval didn't happen prior to commencement. So if the record can reflect that.
Thank you, sir.
And have you brought this to the attention of the auditors?
Yes, we have done that.
Auditors, if you can verify and confirm that this is so.
Honorable Chair, we can confirm that the concurrent approval from the committee has been done, and we have a copy of the letter. From the Central Tender Review Committee.
That's all we want to hear. Okay. Chairman, I yield.
Paragraph 882, Honorable Afrifa.
Chairman, thank you. It's about delay commencement of construction project. 3,806,878 Ghana cedis. According to the auditors, you awarded the contract to 48 Engineer Regiment of Ghana Armed Forces for a construction of a road from Dixon Roundabout to Kwesi Pra Junction at a cost of the amount that I mentioned. However, the contractor was yet to commence the construction of the road at the time of the audit. And then they said, why didn't you respond to the auditors' query in the first place? According to them, management did not respond to this observation. Why didn't you respond to the observation?
Director of Fiscal Development. Honorable Chair, we have Directorate, which is responsible for fiscal development and estate management in the university, and then Director is here. At the time, they visited their office to get the information from them. So I don't know whether he did not provide the information. Director, can you answer to that question?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I think this was brought to my attention when the report has been issued. But the problem with this project is that it was meant to deal with encroachment on campus, encroachment on the university land. So there was an issue. That is why the 48 engineers was engaged. But when the project was about to start, there was an issue with the community. So the Regional Security Council got involved and requested that the project should be suspended until further discussions have been and consultation has been made with the relevant stakeholders. So, sir, that is the situation with the project.
Chairman, since you haven't even paid money to the contractors, so I don't even have any issue with it. But my issue is when you look at paragraph 875, which my other colleague asked, according to the auditors, management did not respond to this observation. And then when you come to this paragraph 2, this observation, you didn't respond. That I need why, the reason why, if you had responded like the way you did, I think the auditors could have even dropped this query. So why didn't you respond to the audit query, or you thought it wasn't important to respond to it? Thank you.
I think subsequently we responded, didn't we?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I think this was a mistake, and I must admit that I would not deliberately refuse to respond to issues regarding to my work. So, sir, the answer at the time wasn't difficult to provide, and as I have explained, it was available, and I believe it was a mistake, and we will make sure that it doesn't happen again. Thank you very much.
Chairman, thank you, but I just want to advise that in future, when auditors come to your office, and after they issue their management response, attach some importance to what they have given you and respond to whatever issue they raise. Sometimes when you respond it and it sits well with them, they can even drop the whole query, and you wouldn't even come here to answer to it. Chairman, I yield to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right. The University of Cape Coast Enterprises Limited, is it also under you?
Yes.
So you are going to respond to the issues?
Yes, the manager is here, so manager will join us and respond to the issues.
Okay, the manager should join you.
Enterprise.
The manager should join you, the enterprise. University of Cape Coast Enterprises Limited. Join your bosses. Kindly introduce yourself.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. My name is Henry Brown Kwesi Gaffrey. I'm the General Manager of University of Cape Coast Enterprises Limited.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you very much,
You have
Honorable
two
Chair.
management issues, but I'm looking at your financial performance. You keep on making losses. The last time you were here, we asked whether it's profitable to even continue with the company. Now, 2022 account also show a further decline in your financial position, that your losses have increased from 118,000 to 236,000. Your sales revenue is not improving. It's improved by only 12%, while your administrative costs increased by 35%. What are you doing to turn over this company so that you start to make profit instead of the continuous making of losses?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. So the various businesses that we are into, especially our water unit, it's a high volume business. And one of the things we're doing is that we want to make the product more visible, and we are increasing our sales line, our distribution lines. Another thing that you can see, honorably, is that when you look at our cost of production, our cost of sales is, within the period, went up 35%. So one of the opportunities we saw in that is that to address that, we realized that we need to get some equipment that can enhance our supply chain. So we've been able to acquire that equipment. So it's helped us in our supply chain, and we'll be able to leverage on that. And then the other things that we are exploring, there are other businesses that we are exploring. So to be able to leverage on all the resources that we have as a university so that we can turn the feed numbers around. But notwithstanding that, the enterprise has been a hub or a laboratory for students who come in every now and then to develop their set of skills. So I would say that I'm very hopeful, very optimistic that with the current strategies that we put in place with our board, we'll be able to overcome that. And our recent numbers are showing that as well.
So with this assurance, when the 2023 accounts is submitted and audited, we will not see the company making losses again, or
what I would say is that with the draft that I have now, we've not received the management queries yet.
Okay.
Yes, but when you look at the cost of sales, it has reduced significantly. And then when you look at our revenue, it has also gone up significantly. But like I said, I mean, we've introduced some equipment in the supply chain that has helped us significantly. And even this year, when you look at our media accounts, it's showing very positive. So I'm very optimistic that we'll be able to turn it around. By the end of this year, we'll be able to turn it around because our media account is looking very positive. And like I explained, we are exploring other businesses that can help us.
All right. Next one, paragraph 899. Honorable Deputy Ranking.
Thank you very much. The University of Choice, University of Cape Coast Enterprises Limited. Yes. Chairman, the University of Cape Coast is a university of choice. And I'm a proud alumni of the great university. Atlantic Hall. All right. So we have some management issues. You are mandated by the Companies Act to furnish the Registrar General's office of your returns in the prescribed form. And the auditors noted that you reported a stated capital of 3,570,551.81 Ghana cedis in your financial position as at 31st December 2022. However, in your business registration documents, you did not disclose that, and you only did disclose 10,000 shares with stated capital of 10,000 Ghana cedis. And you know that this can come with some penalties to the enterprise. The auditors urged you to rectify this anomaly. I want to find out from you if you have done so.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. We have filled all the forms, and we've submitted it to the Registrar General. And so we are just waiting for it to be completed from their end, and then we are issued with a certificate. So we've done all the inroads that you need for that to be fulfilled.
All right. So per law, you're supposed to do this 28 days after the filing. Please kindly stick to this practice so that the auditors do not flag these infractions.
Honorable Chair, we are very grateful.
Auditors, can you confirm if indeed they have filed and that you have seen documentation to that effect?
Honorable Chair, we don't have any documentation to that effect. Thank you.
Right. Hopefully, when the certificate comes, please give them to the auditors so that they are able to verify for us. Chairman.
Very well, Honorable Chair.
All right. Your last issue here is delay workman compensation claim to injured staff. One, Mr. Francis Agri-Atta, who sustained injury in line of duty and has submitted his medical reports in 2022, September. But the company is delaying the determination of the amount of compensation to be paid to him. The auditors have recommended that the board and management of the company should take the prompt action to determine the compensation for this staff. Have you taken any action on this recommendation?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Yes, we have. The final compensation was paid to the said employee in July 2023. So that has been fulfilled.
Okay. Can auditors confirm this?
Honorable Chair, we don't have any information to that effect, so we cannot confirm.
Do you have the evidence of the payment?
Yes, Honorable Chair, yes, please.
Can you furnish the auditors with the evidence? Okay. After your discharge, you furnish them with the evidence.
Very well, Honorable Chair.
So why is that employee? Is it still with the company?
Yes, please, Honorable Chair.
Okay, all right. That will be all for you, but we have some public interest question for the investee. Honorable Apak.
Grateful, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, this is just to seek clarification. The issue of the leadership of the University of Cape Coast was in the public space. There was a brouhaha about the tenure of the Vice Chancellor. The question I want to ask is, what steps are being taken, or what steps have been taken to resolve what in the media space came across as a leadership crisis? I think I will direct this to the Minister.
Mr. Chair, as far as the ministry is concerned, my minister is not here. I'm standing in for him. With respect, I would suggest that this matter is not put on this platform. There is the Select Committee on Education, and I think that the appropriate forum should be the committee summoning the minister, for the minister to provide responses. With all due respect, Mr. Chair, this will be my position on the matter. Thank you.
Chairman. Honorable Deputy Minister, the member who asked the question actually consulted me, and I've granted the permission for him to ask. My reason is that this is something which is already in the public domain. It's out there in the media being discussed. This is an opportunity for the ministry or for the university to say something about it. If you want to miss this opportunity and for it to be discussed further in the media, that can provide some damage to somebody.
Mr. Chair,
okay.
I trust your judgment, and I know the experience you have when it comes to parliamentary work. Since I've been in this house, some of these issues, before they are discussed, and as you said, it's the public domain. Parliamentary parties, as I know, the person to respond at least must be given some space to come with further and better particulars. I'm standing in for the minister who is outside the jurisdiction. I'm not clothed with the power to effectively deal with the matters. That's why I'm pleading with Commander Park, my former colleague on the Education Committee of the House, that this can be played before the minister, and he will be able to provide all the information that he needs. So with respect, let us follow this part. Thank you.
All right. If I understand you, because you are not the substantive minister, probably you don't have the information on this. So I can spare you on that by saying that because you don't have the requisite information, it will be difficult for you to respond to this matter on what the ministry is doing in resolving this matter. But can the Vice Chancellor confirm to us that the board chairman wrote a letter directing the VC to resign? University Council, the council chair, has written to the Vice Chancellor to resign. Is that factual? This one is going to the VC. Is it factual that the council chair has written to you to resign?
Honorable Chair, it's a fact.
All right. How about Park?
I appreciate the response of the minister. And I'm also aware that GTEC, the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, has also indicated that the Vice Chancellor should stay put. And this is why we need to hear from the sector minister. But once you've pleaded for time to allow for the minister himself to avail himself to resolve the matter, I believe Chairman's direction is in order, because the issue must be resolved somewhat.
Chair, with respect, in doing so, there are three stakeholders in this whole matter. So you have GTEC, you have the ministry, and also the institution can also avail themselves for us to deal with the matter effectively. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I'm grateful.
All right. I think we should leave it here. No, let's leave it here. Let's leave it here. We only maybe encourage the minister, the deputy minister, to communicate to the minister to resolve the issue as soon as possible, so that it doesn't escalate further. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chair.
On that note, you are discharged.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Now I'll take Minister of Lands before I come back to continue with the university. So, Minister of Lands and Natural Resources. Clerk, if you can swear them in. Data protection should join Minister of Lands. Data protection.
Please repeat after me. I,
Akwesi Kunedu,
do in the name of the Almighty God swear
do in the name of the Almighty God swear
that the evidence I shall give before this committee
that the evidence I shall give before this committee
touching the matter in issue shall be the truth,
the
whole truth,
and
nothing but the truth. So help me God.
So help me God.
So we'll start with the Forestry Commission, but Minister, if you can introduce yourselves to the committee.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Chairman, my name is Akwesi Kunedu, the Member of Parliament from Asia North constituency, and also a very good standing member of this committee. But today, I appear before you as the Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, as a witness. I'm here with the heads of commissions and agencies, so I'll ask them to introduce themselves appropriately, starting with the Chief Director of the Ministry.
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Chairman and members. My name is Patrick Agbesinyale, the Chief Director at the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources.
Honorable Chair, my name is Martin Eisi, the CEO of the Minerals Commission.
Honorable Chair, my name is Ibrahim Asani, Director HR and Admin, Minerals Commission.
Honorable Chair, my name is Kujo Audi, Director, Corporate Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation, Forestry Commission.
Honorable Chair, I'm Samuel Ode, Director of Finance and Administration, Forestry Commission.
Honorable Chair, name is Kofi Boatin Woodrow, Finance Manager, FSD.
Honorable Chair, my name is Suleiman Anel Snyadi, Deputy Chief Executive at the Forestry Commission.
Honorable Chair, my name is Hugh Brown. I'm the Executive Director of the Forest Services Division of the Forestry Commission.
Well, thank you very much for coming. Forestry Commission, you actually have only one management issue. And that, before we take that, Honorable Frida, we have to take the financial performance, paragraph 1356.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Table 193 indicates the statement of financial performance for the year ended 31st December 2022. Observing the table, your IGF, your internal generated funds, increased from 146,008,082 to 165,231,813. Your grants also shot up from 9,355,9355110 to 34,628,27. Unfortunately, looking at your compensation of employees, that's your expenditure, kept rising. Your administrative costs kept rising, operational costs, project expenditure, and youth and afforestation program rather reduced. Your total expenditure increased by 1.3% to 4.2 to 472,257,314 in 2022. What accounted for this huge jump?
Chairman, thank you. I'll revert to the Deputy CEO or the Director of Finance to appropriately handle that.
Honorable Chair, with the revenue, there was stampage, there was an increment in stampage. We also developed some cages for the wildlife. So the wildlife also had an increase. We also increased the revenue for wildlife. So that accounted for the increase in the revenue. And for the expenditure, for 2022, I think the costs actually went up. So much cost went up. For administration, electricity went up, running costs went up. So that also accounted for the increases in the administrative and the operational costs. And there were so much illegalities also during 2022. So the operational costs also increased. With the youth and afforestation, the budget that we sent to the ministry dropped. They didn't give us the budget that we wanted, so they cut our budget. So what they brought us is what we...
Let me understand. The budget dropped or the allocation dropped?
It's the allocation. You know, with the... when you are preparing the budget, they cap the budget. So what they gave us is what we disbursed. But that was less. It was less in terms of what we are supposed to give to the youth afforestation people.
You see, it's not your budget. As for your budget, you prepare your budget regarding the numbers that you have. So it's the allocation that was capped.
The budget too was capped. We were requested for some specific amount, but they said no. This is what we can give you.
Exactly. So as for your budget, nobody can cap your budget. Okay. You prepare the budget. Then they will tell you that instead of 100 cedis you are asking for, we'll give you 50. So it's the allocation to you that was capped.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
Okay, you talked about illegal issues that cropped up. Can you share with us some of the illegal things we are talking about and how you intend to address the issue?
I think my executive director will take that one, please.
Mr. Chair, we had serious issues with illegal mining, and tackling this requires a lot of logistics and men on the ground, and that to a large extent pushed up our operational costs during the period. Thank you.
So what steps have you taken to address the issue, and what has been the impact of what you've been able to do so far?
Mr. Chair, if the question is specifically regarding illegal mining, within the forest reserves.
Exactly so.
Yeah. We've stepped up a lot of our field monitoring activities. We're using drones. We have men on the ground. You would recall that over the past 2 years, there have been a lot of reportage on actions taken. I mean, between January 2022 and now, we've immobilized more than 160 excavators. We've arrested more than 400 persons. Last year alone, we arrested over 281 persons. Only 22 of these cases were tried successfully. Most of them are pending. So we've been very busy. And this is yielding significant dividends. I can say that within the forest reserves, we are in a much better place now than we were a year or 2 years ago. But the fight is still ongoing, and it's not abating, and we are trying to be up to the task.
Thank you. Your current ratio declined to 1.3.1 in 2022. What does this mean to you?
I think the current liabilities went up. We are using an accrual system, and we have to accrue, especially for the youth and afforestation. So it actually went and made the liabilities, current liability go up. So if with time we are able to handle that youth and afforestation and some seedlings, we are also owing some seedlings And that one, we are also expecting monies from the government, which we've not had. So if all these things are resolved, our ratio will go up. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. That will be all for the financials. I yield it to you, but do you want me to continue with the management issue?
No, you are not
thank
continue. You have to look at what I've located to you.
Thank you.
You don't trespass. Now, there was a question on the illegal mining in the forest, and you have painted a very good picture that things are getting better. I doubt it. I doubt that. I doubt it. In fact, I'm not sure that even Honorable Frida should even ask you that question, because something that the president could not solve, how can you, small boy, solve it? The president couldn't solve. The president couldn't solve it. In fact, anytime I drive on Race Junction to Butcher Road, I see those excavators, plenty parked on the left there. Over construction. I asked myself, what are these excavators doing here? What are they doing here? Some are rotting there. In fact, they are getting lost one by one. So, as for this illegal mining thing, I'm not sure the answer you have given here is anything to go by. You can't. If number one couldn't finish it, which number are you?
Mr. Chair, if I may, I have no number, but I can assure you that what I was talking about is with regards to forest reserves, and it is true for the forest reserves. I cannot speak for areas outside forest reserves.
The reserve inside is where the thing is taking place. So. Most of the illegal mining are happening in the forest reserve, inside. Anyway, let's move on. Let's go to paragraph 1365. Honorable Teddy.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, paragraph 1370 has got to do with long outstanding uncredited bankers draft. 136 page 1365 which page? Page 2, page 1313. Okay, that is the management issues. Oh, okay. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Per the recommendation of the Auditor General, management was asked to ensure that adequate security systems and are well installed at various points of the zoo. I want to ask if that has been done.
Honorable Chair, we are in the process of awarding the contract for them to start with the CCTV cameras over there. Thank you, sir.
Is this known to the auditors?
Not yet, but maybe we are. Okay, we give them that. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Because this is a recommendation, so you must definitely comply with the auditors. Auditors, can you confirm, please?
That they are about to award the contract.
Honorable Chair, yeah, we are aware that they've started the process to secure those places. Thank you.
So the management of the zoo is not aware that there is a need for provision of security infrastructure at the zoo until the auditors have to flag this issue and draw your attention before we begin the process. Is that the case?
Chairman, we have a comprehensive plan in place for improvement in the Accra and
yes or no, then
is that the case? Yes, no.
Zoo. So, so a CCTV camera has been provided in Accra, and we were proceeding to do that for Kumasi.
How long has the zoo been in place, in existence?
Initially, cameras were in place.
No, answer my question. How long has the zoo been in existence?
It's been on since the 60s.
And you are now having a systematic plan. Or which word did you use?
Yes.
Huh?
Comprehensive.
Comprehensive plan. And then you started provisioning the
We've done for Accra.
Accra, now moving to Kumasi.
Yes.
Hey. Order, Honorable Minister. I saw your hand up.
Chairman, I was only trying to emphasize the point you made. We acknowledge that challenge. That is why there is that comprehensive program for us to make sure that all the zoos are well catered for in terms of security. So
then speed up with the process.
That. Yes, Mr. Chairman.
In fact, those cameras are needed.
Yes, very
when
important.
People even visit the zoo and going around, at least it's safer if somebody is somewhere watching what is happening, so that anything happen to visitors can easily be attended to.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Yes.
Honorable Bauer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think the issue has to do with risk at which visitors to the zoo are exposed to, because the report even mentions inadequate tour guards. And for that matter, without the tour guards, it's even risky for visitors to visit the zoo, should in case something, any animal attacks any visitor. And so I would like to find out from the management of the zoo, how far have they coped up with the recommendation that they should beef up, they should increase the number of tour guards, which is also a security concern that was raised by the auditors.
Mr. Chairman, that forms part of their whole comprehensive program that we have, and some are being trained. You need to train these tour guards also, in addition to the attendance at the zoo. So that is also part of the whole process.
Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, I want to know from the Minister or the agency head whether they've taken into consideration 1367, which says the above condition posed a risk of injury and death to staff and visitors who visit the zoo. I hear the comprehensive, but can you give me a specific thing that you have done to save, as part of the comprehensive, to save the lives of the staff and visitors? And please, whilst you're on it, if you can also let me know whether the Kumasi Zoo is in operation, if it's operational, and people can still go there.
Yes, Chair, the Kumasi Zoo is operational.
And then the other question.
The other question. So,
answer the other question.
Recently, we have done reinforcement on all the cages in the Accra and Kumasi zoos. We've done reinforcement and all the cages. All the cages have been reinforced. So you have just one fencing. In Accra, especially the Lion Zoo, we have 3 rounds of fencing around the zoos of the cages of the lions.
But was it 3 before the person died?
No.
It was how many?
It was 2.
It was 1?
No, it was 2.
2?
Yes.
So now the person died, you made it 3. Yes, the ranking.
when you say that you are in the process of getting CCTV cameras, I'm talking about timelines, because Ghana is in the process of getting atomic energy, and it's been since Kwame Nkrumah's time. So how many months that are we talking about?
Chair, by the end of the year, we'll get it done.
End of the year. Auditors, please take note of this.
Yes. And the clerk should also note it. By the end of the year, all the implementation of the comprehensive plan will have been come to an end, and all the necessary security protections at our zoos will have been achieved. Thank you. There is another issue on loan outstanding credit, uncredited bankers' drafts. There are a number of them, which were drafts issued by various departments or issued to various agencies or branches of the Forestry Commission. Now, these bank drafts were not credited. The auditors have recommended that management should investigate the circumstances surrounding these long outstanding bank drafts and take action to ensure that the funds are recovered. Have you taken action?
Mr. Chair, the finance manager of the Forest Service Division will answer that question.
Okay, Mr. Chair, yes, and for records, this work was done by the finance team. It wasn't the auditors who determined that this thing were still. So we initiated the process of doing the reconciliation with the bank. It was mostly GCB draft that were paid in EcoBank account. And we had a lot of issues with the reconciliation, so we did it. And we are able to recover about 45,000, leaving the balance of 63,000 to recover. As of today, we've engaged the manager, even specifically ministry's branch, and they are working seriously. Promise that by close of day, we will get all the verification reports, and then from there we proceed in issuing those outstanding drafts. Thank you, sir.
Okay. First of all, the auditors didn't say they unearthed this. Their concern is that this has kept too long in your books. So take steps to recover it. That is the issue. Auditors, they have recovered 45,000, leaving about 60-something. Is that the case?
Honorable Chair, an amount of 45,879.13 Ghana cedis has been recovered, leaving a balance of 63,064 Ghana cedis .03.
All right, so continue to recover the balance so that you can clear all these from your books.
Thank you.
That'll be all for Forestry Commission. Let's go to Minerals Commission. Paragraph 1376, Honorable Deputy Ranking will take it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, hold on. Let them introduce themselves. Minerals Commission.
Especially, Honorable Chair, my name is Martin Esi, the CEO. I'm here with Mr. Ibrahim Asani, who is the Director of HR, Mr. Emmanuel Sekesi, who is the Director of Finance, and then on his immediate left is Mr. Bright Davis, who is the Manager of Finance, and then at the end is the Deputy CEO, Honorable Nayan. Thank you very much.
This officer, can they speak themselves? I want to hear their voice.
Okay, Honorable Chair, good afternoon. It's Ibrahim Asani, Director HR and Admin, Minerals Commission.
Honorable Chair and members, my name is Emmanuel Sekesi, Director of Finance, Minerals Commission.
Honorable Chair and members, my name is Eric Bright Davis, Manager Finance.
Honorable Chair, your good friend, Honorable Nayan Joseph, former MP from Kwantanoff, Deputy CEO, Minerals Commission.
Chairman, Nana has broken protocol. Nana is a chief from Rara, and I expected that one of his subjects will introduce him. Rather, the chief introducing his subjects. He has broken traditional protocol, and it's difficult to charge Nana. But let me talk. Let me talk. Why? Is it because you are from Rara, so you want to defend? Nana, because of the reverence I hold for you, I just wanted to draw your attention. So there's no charge. I can't charge Nana. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for coming. Minerals Commission, you have 2 management issues, but the financial performance, paragraph 1376, will be taken by Deputy Ranking.
Thank you, Chairman. And the reference to Nana puts a bit of fear to be. Minerals Commission, on your financial performance, that's you ended the year with a deficit of about 110,378,658 Ghana cedis. And this represents some 4,397.3%. And it's a very big difference. I mean, it's a big deterioration. First, I want to give you the opportunity to explain why this huge difference. I mean,
Chair, thank you very much. Honorable Chair, that was the period we started our decentralization process. Some years back, mining was concentrated primarily in the southwest and part of Ashanti. But now we mine in all the 16 regions. So we needed to expand quickly just to make sure that we improve the licensing regime, and then we deliver services quickly to our various clients and then the small-scale miners, which is now being carried out in about 12 regions. So the massive expansion accounted largely for that. Thank you.
so yes, I admit that in terms of your income, you experience some 69% increment in your income. But if you look at your administration and general expenses and then service expenses, you realize that administration and general expenses, there's a difference in terms of percentage, 115.4%. And if you look at the service expenses, it's also about 134.8%. For me, it's a bit huge. Yes, I agree that you are trying to expand, but for this to happen within a particular financial year, is there any explanation further that you would want to give? I mean,
Honorable Chair, thank you very much. Honorable Chair, that was a period in which we had to step up our public education for people to understand actually what mining is all about. In the past, most people didn't know actually what Minerals Commission has been doing. So we had to roll out an extensive public education program across all the regions, on local radio, on almost all the media houses to let people know what we are doing. So that is also number one. And then particularly it has to also do with some of the new areas that were coming up. People needed to understand. You go to some areas, for instance, they will tell you, oh, it's our land, why are you stopping us from mining? So some kind of education is quite, needed, and we've been able to do that. So that had to, impact on our expenditures.
So education will fall under maybe probably administration and general expenses. And education is education accounting for that 40 million plus differences?
Chair, and two other issues. We also needed to support some of the areas that have been devastated by mining activities. So, for instance, we do what we call alternative livelihoods, just to ensure that people don't go back to the land and engage in illegal mining. So we spent a lot also in reclaiming some of the areas. Respectfully, we don't mind taking some of the members to go and look at what we've done, if at your convenience. And also, we needed to spend money also on training of our staff to ensure that we are at least at par with the quality that you find in the mines, in addition to other stuff. Thank you.
Okay. So did you handle a PAT on your own, or it was a ministry thing?
A PAT was handled totally by the ministry, but because it affected all of us, we also supported. I mean, several institutions, including even the mining companies, contributed funds to support, but it was basically handled at the ministerial level. Thank you.
Chairman, I mean, despite the huge difference, the auditors admit that they are capable of meeting their short-term financial obligations, but I'll yield this to you to. Yes, I mean, in terms of the drop, it's huge, 4,000 plus percentages. I think it's very, very huge.
This is a financial statement. I won't take any supplementary. Let's go to paragraph 1385. What about Peter Kwachi Aka?
Thank you very much. You reneged on the collection of license fees from 22 companies. I'd like to know if you have now been able to collect them, amounting to 22,000 Ghana cedis. Thank you.
Chair, we've been able to collect them. They've all paid. And I must admit that what led to we've also improved our system. Right now, everything is done online. So you have to pay and show your certificate to the district officer before the inspections are done. These are all small-scale miners. So respectively, all the monies have been recovered. I think audit service was in our office about 2 weeks ago to verify. We showed them all the documentation. So the sums have been recovered. Thank you very much.
Okay, auditors, could you please confirm?
Honorable Chair, confirmed.
Thank you, Chairman.
Yeah, Chief Executive, I'm surprised. Is the 1,000 cedis for pre-licensing fee, is it not too small? How long has it been existing? Or when was the last time I revised it?
Chair, these are all the companies you see there are small-scale enterprises. This is just inspection. Respectfully, they pay for application fee. They have to get surveyors to do their own maps. And then after the recommendation, they have to pay annual mineral rights fee. It's okay because of their huge...
But when you are going on the inspection, even the fuel alone that your officers will use, who pays for them?
Chair, respectfully, you also need to balance the kind of activity that is being undertaken. The large scale is enough to cover that, because if you have about 3 million people directly and indirectly involved, you look at the numbers, it's fine, because right now we are also asking...
Right, if you are satisfied, I don't have...
We are satisfied. We're satisfied.
So, taking 1,000 as pre-licensing fee, averagely, how much can that bring to the commission in terms of revenue annually?
Chair, the main revenue is in the area...
No, I mean, for this category of license fee. This
Chair, I'll not be able to reasonably tell you anything off my head. But then it's a one-time fee. So, for example, we have roughly about 2,000 small-scale licenses. So the assumption is that over the years, each of them had paid when they were going to the pre-licensing fee. but they pay annual mineral rights fee. That's where we get the revenue. So this is just one time.
All right, let's move to the last one, non-collection of gold catcher fee, 27.6 million. So you supported some small-scale mining firms with an equipment that can identify and so that they don't destroy the environment. But they have not paid, and the auditors have recommended that you should recover the money from them. Have you been able to do so?
Chair, at that time, there were a few issues which we need to clarify to members of the committee. This machine is essentially to stop them from using mercury, so that it uses only water. So it crashes, just a little bit of education, Chair, if you may indulge me. It uses water, so it crashes, it mills, concentrates, and produces a gold without using mercury, which is killing all of us. So as part of managing the environmental fallout of small scale, we brought these machines, we did the trials, and they all liked it. So we agreed that we'll give it to them on what, if you permit me to say, work and pay basis for over 2-3 years. Then they'll be paying. Respected Chair, at the time we brought in the machine, the value of the dollar, they were imported from South Africa. That was 2021. It was 5.8 to the CD. Then the average the following year, which is the subject matter of the audit, was 10.2. So normally what we do is that we divide the number of years, we'll give it to them to be paying by the equivalent, and then every month they will pay. So when the currency started having a run on the dollar, that also affected. That's one of the reasons. But primarily, the key issue which we are addressing now is that, unlike the last case, they don't do geological investigations on their own. So geological survey or the state will have to do it. So what we'll do is that they worked out to a point, and then they started complaining that their grades were falling. So it will affect the payment. So I'll give you a typical example. So Bongo, like many of the small scales in the north, are underground. So they said, we have to hold on. We'll send geological survey there to go and do further studies so that they can sink shaft. So that's what we are seeing now. So that is it. And then two, at that time, the price of gold was not that good. You're talking about 1,007. Today, they are records. So payments have started little by little. But in the medium to long term, I think the key issue, what we've not done as a nation for the past 30 years, is to do geological investigation so that we can get more areas for them. So for instance, government has given money for us to give to UMAT to do some geological investigation. We've also given some to geological survey to do all these areas for us, about 100,000 square kilometers. The results are looking promising. Bonfa, Accra, Newtown, not Newtown here, but Newtown in Western region. So we believe that as we give these areas to them, the yields will improve, and then they will be in a better position to pay. So we have an arrangement. They said we should be patient with them. The alternative is for them to go and use mercury, which will not be in the interest of any of us here. Thank you very much.
All right. So, per your estimation, how long will it take for these processes to be concluded so that they can start making money and pay?
Chair, phase one has been completed.
Okay.
So that is going on very well. I think in the next 2-3 months, we'll let them start. It depends on which area. Those that are underground like this, they'll need more money to sink shafts because they go down there. So any time between 6 months to even a year will be fine with us.
All right. So we'll approve that time frame that you have given. Let's say by the close of the year to the middle of next year, you should be able to recover the money from them.
Sure, that will be fine.
Is it on this? Okay, Kofi.
Chairman, thank you very much. Per the management issue raised here is in relation to 33 units, that's 33 gold catchers. Did you import only 33 or more than that? Is it only these 33 that are having difficulties in terms of payment, or all?
We were Chair, respectfully, we were importing them in barges. So as at the time they did the audit, the issues they raised were the slow pace of these 33, but we have distributed more than that.
So how many in all?
Sorry, we imported about 100.
So per your report, 33 they raised issue with. So are we saying maybe 67 do not have any issue, or this issue affect the issue you have raised in relation to 33 affects also the 67?
We are in the process of distributing them.
Would you wait to conclude these geological surveys that you are talking about, so that when you distribute them, you know that you are giving them to small-scale miners who will be able to mine and get good enough yield to be able to repay, or you want to still continue the distribution in the circumstance that you have reported about?
Honorable Chair, actually, Honorable has made my day. That is a plan. But then, as we implement those plans, some of the large-scale people are so gracious, they give us areas. Because when the large-scale people are giving us lands, they come with geological data. Like, for example, what Ashanti did. Recently, we've gotten some areas from Pesos and some other companies. So those ones will give it out because we have data. But as I said, your suggestion is what we are doing now in the medium to long term. Once the report comes, so the Bonfa block, Accra Newton and Co., once you distribute, then we give it to them. That's one we are sure they have the data, and then we have a more flexible payment. So the two go side by side, side and side.
Thank you very much. I wanted to find out the unit cost, but I don't think that that's necessary.
All right, that'll be all. Somebody want to know what is the impact of the equipment on the gold production?
Chair, respectfully, I don't know whether you've been listening to Professor Sam Penny. I hope I got his name right.
Okay.
I think he's a pathologist at, just to start that way, he's a pathologist at CAP. When you listen to him and he tells you these heavy metals and what it's doing to us, respectfully, as we sit here, we don't even know the food we ate, where it's coming from. It's all heavy metals, mercury, and it's killing us. Somebody jokingly said one day, kidney and liver issues will replace our budget for malaria and co at our hospitals. So, as a nation, the only way is to stop the use of mercury. Unfortunately, we are signatory to the Minamata Convention, which says that government should take steps to eliminate the use of mercury. So, the only way we can do that is to stop it. The alternative, because if you don't give them the catcher, the alternative is that they'll just go and get the mercury. And you've been seeing the videos. So it's in fact, some are even saying if it's possible, you can even give it them free. Look at that. So the alternative to the use of the gold catcher is there for 35 million Ghanaians, respectfully.
Okay, thank you. Honorable Jifa.
Thank you very much, Chairman. I must say that I have watched you many times on Metro TV, on your advocacy and explanations to what you do. But I want to know whether you have any consideration of involving your representatives in the municipalities. I'm the MP for Katu South. Sand winning and salt mining in my community are causing a lot of trouble for me and the indigents. Your advocacy is not getting that far. Will you empower your representatives to do same in our local languages so that the education will go far? Thank you.
Chair, thank you very much. We have actually started. That was something my board has approved for me. So, for instance, we started in Fanti. And fortunately, for some reason, practically every ethnic group is at Minkom. My director of small scale comes from your village. So we are going to engage Voterstar and all those people. They can speak away. Myself, I speak away very well, read and write. So I'll start leading that. Yeah, so we've started that. We started that and we're extending to the north in all the local languages. Practically everybody speaks some kind of local languages. I speak away very well, so I'll lead that myself. Thank you.
Well, now that you speak Ewe, you are part of the Ewe, so is your mother not from Peki?
Very much so. And
That's all. All right, so that'll be all for Minerals Commission, and for that matter, Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources. You have
Thank you very much.
Oh, sorry. I'm not discharged you. I said that is all for you, but I didn't say you are discharged.
CEO of the Minerals Commission, he's doing quite well in many areas in his advocacy. But not too long ago, a gold refinery process involving what has been described as Royal Ghana Gold Refinery was inaugurated recently, and it was described as maybe first. The truth is that it's not the first though, because we have had a number of them before and still existing, and you know so well that we have a number of them, like Asap Vasa Company Limited. From 2013, we're talking about the Gold Coast Refinery, 2016, which does about 480 kilograms per day. That's laying the foundation. So I want to find out, the indication is that 80% of Royal Ghana Gold Refinery is going to Royal Rosie, whilst Ghana gets only 20%. What was the investment of Royal Rosie that gives them this huge percentage? If the minister can take that, I know the Mineral Commission directly may not be answering to this, because the PMMC they can give us some information on this.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Chairman, my colleague has just made it. He said appropriately PMMC would have to do that. We'll gather the full dossier on that and furnish the committee with that.
Are you interested? There's a public call for a special inquiry into this based on information post giving 80% for virtually not putting in much. Are you going to be recommending this strongly for all of us? Because mineral resources are limited resources, and anytime we are picking it, we must gain the maximum from it. Are you interested in letting us do this?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, we are fully committed to that, and we would yield ourselves to such a collaboration to dig more into it.
Chairman, the first Deputy Minister for Education tried to, so the Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources is also mastered again, but we'll follow this up because we must serve Ghana. Ghana should be first. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So, Kofi, maybe because of that, we'll be insisting that the ministers themselves come instead of the deputies. Because if you are representing your minister, you should be able to respond to any question that members will pose. So if you cannot, then we have to call for the minister himself. Anyway, so finally you are discharged.
Thank you very much, Chairman.
Thank you. Let's have a Data Protection Commission. Data Protection, kindly introduce yourself.
Good morning, Honorable Chair members. My name is Patricia Eduse-Epoku. I'm the Executive Director of the Data Protection Commission.
Good afternoon, honorable members. Alhaji Abubakar Mohammed Mahmoud is my name, Head of Finance, Data Protection Commission. Thank you for coming. We have one management issue.
But we look at your financial performance between 2020 and 2021. You have been able to make some improvement in your performance by turning from a deficit to a surplus. But this is far away in 2021. Your current ratio is, however, not good at all, even though it was an improvement from 0.1 to 0.2. It's very, very bad. It means that when your short-term demands fall due, you'll not be able to meet them. What is the current situation like? Are you still struggling, or you have improved?
Honorable Chair, thank you. We have significantly improved over that period. The period of 2021 was just the post-pandemic period, which we were just struggling to come out of the pandemic impact on the Commission. But currently, we are doing much better than then. Thank you.
Okay. So, just try to improve upon your performance. Vice Chairman, paragraph 1709.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Madam, the Executive Director submitted a proposal to the board for upward adjustment of 75% of the staff salaries. That was duly approved. But you didn't seek for approval from Ministry of Finance and Fair Wages and Salary Commission. Have you done that now?
Honorable Chair, yes, it's all done, and now we have full clearance from Ministry of Finance for salaries and wages. We have copied the relevant documentation to the auditors. Thank you.
Auditors, could you confirm, please?
Yes, Honorable Chair, we can confirm that we've cited the letter.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
That will be all for you. You are discharged.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Thank you.
Let's have Ghana Academy of Arts and Sciences. Kindly introduce yourself to the committee.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. My name is Felix Lati, the Finance Officer of the Academy.
My name is Kate Ohinawa Buampo, Acting Executive Secretary of the Academy.
All right. You have about 3 management issues. Paragraph 765 is on your financial performance. Between 2020 and 2021, you moved from 2.1 million surplus to a deficit of 596,000. What is the current situation?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. The current situation is a little better. This one was as a result of a decrease in rental income. Decrease in rental income and an increase in compensation, staff personnel emolument.
The increase in personal emolument, is it about additional staff employed or adjustment in your salaries?
Respectfully, Honorable Chair, it's as a result of new recruits. We got 10 more people employed.
So, what resulted in the drop in your other income? Has that issue been resolved?
Honorable Chair, it's one of the reasons why we are before this committee. We have a facility manager who is supposed to be paying us some rent. Unfortunately, the money is not forthcoming.
And that facility manager is still there?
Well, I can say yes, he's still there, yes.
So you are not receiving anything from the facility manager?
No.
So what are you doing about it?
The matter as we speak now is in court. We are in court demanding our rent with interest.
Chair, thank you. The additional staff members that you brought on board, are they senior staff members? Because it's such a huge jump.
Yes,
and the number of staff numbers that you spoke about is just 10.
Yes, 10. I think about 5 of them were senior members.
And the other 5, they are junior staff members?
They are junior and senior staff.
Combined, the jump is huge. You don't think so?
I do think so, but as just 2 things, the new recruits and an adjustment in salaries.
Exactly. So tell us that in addition to recruiting more, you also enhance existing emoluments. Then it speaks to the hike in the compensation.
Very well, sir.
Okay.
Paragraph 775, Honorable Isaac.
Chairman, 775 is about default in the payment of rent by facilities managers. And Chairman, the Ghana Academy of Arts and Sciences, they entered into an agreement with Royal Mark Hotel and Catering Services Limited for rental of a facility to be operated by Catering Services Limited. However, contrary to the agreement, the auditors noted that Royal Mark Hotel and Catering Services Limited, they failed to make rental payments since 2020. And as a result, there is an outstanding accrued rent payment of a little over 2.9 million. The auditors also noted further that at the time of the audit, the auditorium was being rented out by Royal Mark to third parties, for which Royal Mark was obtaining revenue. So the recommendation is that management should put effective measures in place to recover the rent and thereafter terminate the agreement. What is the status of the said agreement?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. As I indicated, we are in court with Royal Mark to demand the outstanding rent. It's a 5-year contract which has expired. We have not renewed it, but we are in court to get the money and also to evict him. So currently that is the position.
And since when have you been in court?
We've been in court since 2022. We filed a writ on the 7th of October 2022, please.
Chairman, I think I will yield to you since they are in court.
Okay, we also yield to the court. There is much we can do than to wait for the outcome of the court process. The next one, paragraph 783, Honorable Bauer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The infraction is unpaid utility bills, and you've been cited for owing 215,387.9 pesos in respect of unpaid water bills to Ghana Water Company. And auditors noted that you have to settle this indebtedness to avoid disconnection. Have you been able to pay this money?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Out of the 215,000, we've been able to pay 54,000 cedis, 54,000 Ghana cedis. The outstanding is 160,000 cedis. But out of this 160,000 cedis, the facility manager owes 137,000 Ghana cedis, and it's part of the reasons we are in court, please. Thank you.
Auditors, can you confirm the amount that they've paid? And then let me ask, this facility manager, once your agreement has expired, what right have they got to still be running the facility?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. They are currently statutory tenants. The tenancy has expired, so in law they are statutory tenants. So we cannot just chase them out. We have to resort to due process. Thank you.
Auditors, can you confirm the part payment?
Honorable Chair, we can confirm an amount of 50,000 that has so far been paid.
Man, out of curiosity, may I know the owners of this company? The company that is the name, I think it's
Royal Mark.
Royal Mark Limited. Yeah, yes, Royal Mark. Okay.
I didn't get that respectfully, if you can kindly.
I was asking if you could know the owners of Royal Mark Hotel and Catering Services.
I think the man behind is Mr. Jan. Mr. Jan.
Only Jan. Yeah. There should be another name. There are many Jans in Ghana.
Respectfully, I think the full name has escaped me, the first name.
Mr. Chairman, I revert to you.
It looks like all the issues about the Ghana Academy of Arts and Sciences border on this contract you have with the Royal Mark Hotel and Catering Services Limited.
Very much so.
Because the other one, the last one here, is a failure to maintain the Academy's rental property by the facilities manager. So as part of the agreement, he has to maintain all the equipment, including the air conditioners. But he didn't do that. But you went ahead and serviced some equipment, air conditioner, to the tune of 11,923. He has also refused to refund that money to you as management. And let me find out if he has now refunded the money to the management.
No, please, he hasn't.
So this is also part of the issues in court? Or
No,
this one is not part of the issue in court?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I think the last one predated the issues in court, so it's not part of the issues in court.
It's not part?
That is so.
So, and you can't go to him and demand this?
Respectfully, Mr. Chair, Honorable Chair, we've written to him. We have a meeting with them tomorrow, so
Okay.
we hope something positive comes out.
Well, for this one, you should be paying this. And the issue in court definitely will be the about the tenancy agreement, not this. So you should pay this one once the court determine the position on the